Hi everyone, I'm Jen. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to have a realistic conversation about a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. So if you've been here on my channel for a while, I've spoke about how this is actually my second time I switched my niche. This is like the first time. But I used to be a video game content creator a couple years ago. I would say about actually 2 years ago before I switched to doing this primarily. And I knew a lot of people that did full-time content creation. All of their income was basically either on YouTube or it was on Twitch. If you don't know what Twitch is, it's a platform for where you can live stream, but primarily it's for video games, but there is other things that you can do on Twitch. So I was on there for a little bit and I was gaining popularity. Not really popularity. What am I saying? I was gaining I was maybe averaging like 10 viewers per stream, which that's actually not that bad. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but I knew a couple people that did it full time, whether it was streaming or it was YouTube or it was both, and it's a lot. So I wanted to talk about if I could actually do this full time, because I feel like it is a topic that some crocheters actually want maybe to talk about, but I want to talk about it realistically for a second, because maybe you follow someone that's like, oh, this is what they do all day, they just make content all day and it's super cool, but they don't show you the behind, like what it actually is. So it depends on the person. You have to know when to go full-time, and sometimes people really don't. It depends on their situation. Maybe they got laid off from their job, maybe they quit their job, maybe they're making more income than their regular job. It doesn't have to be like a corporate, it can be like anything. You can be working at like McDonald's or something. For me, I work at a nursing home. I am a nurse assistant, so my income is not the greatest. I live in New York, so I live on Long Island, I should say, because the difference between upstate New York income and ours is super different. Because upstate New York, you can actually get affordable housing, but you're upstate in like the woods area, there's really not that much work. But then Long Island, there's like 7 million people, and we're all just trying to survive out here. So my income is really not that much. Unfortunately, I can't live on my own. And which also means I can't do this for a living right now, because also I don't make enough money on YouTube. I'm literally just getting my first YouTube paycheck this month after 3 months of being monetized on YouTube. All three incomes that I made at the end of the month all got added up to a total, finally making the threshold of $100. So in order to get paid out, you have to make $100 on YouTube. And I finally did. After 3 months, I finally accrued up to over $133. So I'm very excited. Of course, it's nowhere near what I'm supposed to be making over my income when I'm currently taking home for my paycheck. But also, if you want to do YouTube full time, you have to understand that you only get paid once a month from YouTube, and you're making that money through AdSense. I've never done a brand deal before. I'm still too small of a channel. I don't have a lot of views on my channel for me to do that. One day I'd like to. That'd be really cool, actually. Like, that would be really cool to have a brand deal. Just one day. Like, that's still like a big dream, but I do have dreams, you know. I've been wanting to pursue content creation since 2014 when I was doing gaming. I did YouTube, I did the Twitch thing, you know, but it got a little too much for me because video game space is unfortunately a male-dominated space. Some of you women probably know that. It's not women-friendly, unfortunately. and it was just very competitive, and I got to a point at the end where I finally like woke up and was like, yeah, this is not for me. I just want to chill and play games. It kind of in a way ruined my experience. The sun is going down on me once again, so I apologize. I always record when the sun is shining in my face. I am sorry. But yeah, it just got to a point where I just got tired of just creating an audience that wasn't what I was looking for. Don't get me wrong, all the people that I met along the way, all of the friends I made along the way, I will never forget them. They are absolutely incredible and I love them to death. And I still actually talk to some of them to these days. Not often, I apologize if you watch this video, not often, but when I do talk to you all, I really do appreciate what you've all done for me. Like, it's still, it was an incredible experience, and it was a lot of fun. Just playing video games for like a couple hours with people when you didn't have anybody to play with for your entire life is pretty cool. It's a great experience. By the way, my dog is just chilling here. He is, oh my god, he's on my crochet project. Okay, he's on my crochet project. He's chilling with me now. But you know, I never got to the point where I was able to be full-time. I think my biggest paycheck I ever took home from Twitch was $300, and I was like, wow, was it 300? Yeah, it was about 350. It was like a huge experience. I was like, oh my god, that was a big month, by the way. And also, you have to rely on like people gifting you subscribers, gifting you bits, which is super chat on here. Or super thanks on here, actually, I should say. And I don't really want to rely on people just like gifting me things, so that was a really weird thing. I guess you can say it's called imposter syndrome. I just felt like I wasn't deserving of any of that. I need to move. There we go, that's a little better. So, but like I said, I wasn't able to do gaming full-time, but if I could, like if I was able to, I don't think I even could for video games either, because I feel like it's still, like I said, a very competitive space, and it just got to a point where I just couldn't do it anymore. So fast forward to now, so I've gained a little bit of popularity on here, but I still don't get enough views, unfortunately. But that's okay. I really don't mind. Everyone's journey is completely different. You could literally pop off within like 3 videos on YouTube, but some people it would take like 2 years. So that's for me. That's me example. I've been doing this channel for almost 3 years at this point, and I have 2,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. I've never thought I'd ever have this number ever. I never even got to this point on when I was doing video games, like at all. I think the highest I got was about 400. So obviously I'm liked for something. I don't know what I'm liked for at this point. Maybe do you all actually like me? Or are you just here for tutorials? I don't know. I don't primarily do tutorials, so maybe you just like me. Who knows? I gotta get over that in my head. But so, anyway, I get off topic all the time and I apologize. I just blabber. So, full-time content creation, again. Now, realistically, it's not just crocheting all day. You are marketing yourself. You are potentially talking to companies for brand deals so you can make extra income. And also, I've noticed that a lot of people don't just have YouTube as their primary income. You can have other avenues as well. I've seen, obviously, people post, they sell crochet patterns. I don't do that. I prefer to make video tutorials. I'm not good at making patterns. That's why I have not done it yet. Because it's really hard to make, like, I'm lucky enough I can even read a pattern. Some of it is just absolutely coding for me, and it's a little hard. So, That's why I have not ventured into that just yet. But I've also seen people sell stickers, sell finished items, which I do. I sell finished items as well, so. And if you're interested in what I sell, it's mostly Pride stuff and other non-Pride items. My link is in the description below, by the way. But yeah, that's what I mostly do. But also, I feel like if it came to a point where I was making more of an income on YouTube and I guess on Etsy, you can say, would I realistically quit my job? The answer to that is no. I need to have something to fall back on if this doesn't work out. Say if YouTube just disappears one day, which I know it won't because it's owned by Google at this point, but say like I literally just could not do YouTube anymore. Like I was so burnt out. I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm finished. I don't think it will ever happen, by the way. I will not quit my job. I will probably drop down to part-time and work maybe 2 days a week because in my title, I'm a nurse assistant. I have a certification I have to uphold. It gets renewed every 2 years. I've been doing this for almost 6 years, so I actually have to renew my license this year. But you know, I don't want to lose all of that work and all of my experience just because I dropped for something else. I need to know for sure if I want to do this full time. Now, also realistically, I have a schedule in mind of what I would actually do if I was full time doing this. And yes, you are crocheting, that's a fact, but like I said, you are marketing yourself. You are posting yourself on other social media platforms to get noticed. You want to make sure you are telling them where to go. Like whether that is your Instagram page, that is your Facebook page, that is Threads, that is TikTok. You have to be posting somewhere else. For me, I guess I post on Threads a lot lately. I also post on Instagram. I don't post on TikTok that much anymore. Short form content has been a little more difficult for me lately because all I do is freaking blabber my mouth. Sorry. But it's just that it's been... And then, you know, you're posting your project, which that I can do. But you're also learning how to make your own schedule. Now, if you're used to a schedule, like say you work a corporate job and you're working 9 to 5, you're like, okay, I have to get up at 7:30 or 8 o'clock just so I can get to my job on time 9 through 5. All right, now I have a lunch break. Take a lunch break at 12:30 to 1:30. And then I come home at 5. It's like, all right, now it's time to unwind. Oh, now it's time for dinner. And now it's like, all right, downtime before I go to bed. You are planning out your day just like that. But as a full-time content creator, it's like, oh, you wake up, you make breakfast. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to look at emails. Oh, I'm going to look at my social media platforms. I am going to look at my analytics to see what I can do better. Oh, let me write down video ideas. Oh, let me actually go outside for once. It's like, you have to remember all of these things. I feel like I've noticed some people, especially what I've noticed in the gaming space, they just sit all day on their computers doing that. And I'm like, that's so unhealthy. You need to have a day or 2 or 3 to just unplug and don't do work. And I feel like that's a hard balance for some people. It's like, it's all sunshine and rainbows for like the first like month maybe, but realistically it is hard. I think it is hard. There was a time period where I was out of a job for about a month, and that was very difficult. Obviously, I couldn't do full-time YouTube income. I had to be like, oh well, don't make enough money to do this, so. And it sucks that money is like a motivation to do things, but honestly, it's just what makes the world go around and your life go around if you actually want to live in a place or afford to buy food, afford to buy video recording equipment, phones, you know. It's unfortunate that it has to come to this. I have to move my I have to move this again. because the sun is just absolutely going down on me. Oh, it's so annoying. Maybe I should just close the blinds, but I don't want to. I don't want to close the blinds because I like natural light. You know what? I'm gonna close the blinds a little bit. Okay, it's not that bad in here. I can handle this. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, you have to make your own schedule, and I feel like that's very hard for somebody. Whether you're making weekly schedules, monthly schedules. It's like, oh, I also have to make time to go outside and see my family or my friends. And oh, what if I have a trip planned? Oh, you can do that since, you know, you're full-time and you can afford it. It's like, oh wait, I want to go here, I want to go there, but wait, I have to work a little bit. Like, you have to, it's hard to unplug sometimes. It's like, oh wait, I have to do it's like, sometimes you're working on holidays. I'm used to working on holidays. I've been working on holidays since 2015. It doesn't bother me anymore. So, that's hard for some people to actually accept, that sometimes you will be working on the holidays, especially if you are a crocheter. You are making your finished items, you're thinking about content, you are looking at your notifications, and it's really hard for people to accept that. So there are sacrifices that you have to remember when doing full-time creation. Now, I know you're like, well, Jen, you never did this before, how would you know? Because I have friends, sort of. I have friends that do this full-time, and they tell me what happens. I look it on the outside, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. You're doing my actual dream. And they're like, well, some days it's harder than others. I'm like, what do you mean? So then they go into detail about what actually happens. It's like, yeah, I'm making the money, but some days I'm just not happy. Because that's like all I have, it's like all I can do. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's kind of sad. It's like, you know, it's kind of hard. It's gonna be hard. It's really not easy, like everyone says it is. It really also depends on the type of content that you do. Now, I feel like for crochet, you can make several streams of income. Like as I listed before, pattern selling, maybe blogging. You can form an income on other platforms, maybe like Instagram, maybe on TikTok. I don't know what other platforms you can make money on. Twitch? Yeah, sure, yeah, Twitch. We're gonna count that. We'll count that. Selling physical items on Etsy. Selling physical items at markets. It really depends on what your niche is specifically, and you have to capitalize on that. And keep doing it. So, anyway, I barely crocheted. I literally only got to like a couple stitches. I'm making a granny hexagon sweater for, well, I guess you can say it's like a t-shirt for a concert that I'm going to, but that's gonna be another video. That's another video I'm gonna post about at a later date. Probably, I don't know when I'm gonna post it, honestly. Because I'm not going to this concert until May, so it's probably gonna be sometime in April, but I wanted to get started on it now because time goes fast. That's another one too. Your days go fast when you're doing content creation. It's like you could literally be recording videos for like 8 hours, and then it's like, oh my god, it's already 6 o'clock. What? Crazy. It's crazy. So anyway, I kind of hope that this video, I'm gonna give you like an insight. Maybe you had some questions. I can't answer most of them, but if you have any questions on how to actually get like the requirements for YouTube, like I spoke about I got my first paycheck. If you want me to talk about that, I'm more than welcome to doing that. If you're not in the crochet space, tell me about your experience in your niche. You're more than welcome to. I don't mind the conversations. So, yeah. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk once again, and me just blabbering about whatever, and while I'm working on a project barely. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!